Well, good morning, everybody, or afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to our biweekly free seminars. Today, Jack will be showing you how to use the terrain module in RoadEng to create major culvert and fish passage sites. And we will be recording today's presentation, and you can forward it to anyone who missed the presentation. Jack, I'm still not seeing it as recording. Are you sure?
It is recording.
All right. So just a little bit about us before we get started for those who are new to Softree. We're based in Vancouver, British Columbia. We design civil software. We've been in business for over 25 years. We've got quite a number of clients. And our philosophy with software design is to make it easy to use. We focus on engineering over CAD and drafting, and we provide speed to handle large problems like LiDAR, and we are innovative. And with that, I will pass on to Jack, and he will show you some culverts.
Okay, good morning, folks, or good afternoon, wherever you're from. Just a little bit of a housekeeping issue before we get started on culvert replacement fish passage design. There is a question panel in front of you. If you have any questions, you can always type them in, and I'll look over every so often and answer your questions. I'll probably answer them verbally so that everybody can hear them, the answer. All right, what I'm going to show you today is I'm going to show you how to import some topo data, ground data, and then tin and contour that data, and then we will create an excavation for our culvert, actually design the culvert, and then place the culvert inside the hole that I create. And then we'll design a road over top. So let's go to the first step. First step is to import some data. Excuse me. I've created an import spec for a ASCII file. Open up that ASCII file. Down here called Culvert Demo. My two road edges are connected at the bottom here, so I'm just going to break them. You just simply use Control-Q for people that are not aware of how our software, how you break features in our software. Breaking at a current point, you select the point. Control-Q is a quick stroke key for break at current point, or you can just go right-click, modify selected features, break at current point. You'll quickly realize that the Control-Q is the quick stroke key for that. I'm going to delete that line that was connected down at the bottom. Next step is to generate my tin contours. Press the Generate Tin button, which is up here. Okay, we have an area over here which I'm going to replace a culvert. So I'm going to first of all extract the old culvert, or extract the earth in this area, create an excavation, and then I'm going to design an actual pipe arch. Show you how to do that. This is different than what I've done in the past. I'm actually going to create a culvert, a pipe arch for you, and then put it in place, and then design a road over top. Anyway, let's proceed. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bottom for my excavation, draw a straight line, edit, new feature. It's going to be called bottom. Before I do that, I'm going to save my file, call it Miller Creek, and then draw my line. Straight down through here. Zoom in so I can see a little bit better. Left click once. Left click against tie it down. Go down to the bottom of this area right here. Left click once. Left click against tie it down. I'm going to copy this line into an empty terrain, so Control C. Delete it. Start with a new terrain. Don't need to save changes. Paste it into my new terrain. Control V for paste. Simple copy and paste command. Control C, Control V. There's the line. Just put in the background terrain as a point of reference. The file that I just had open, Miller Creek terrain. Create some width to the bottom. And the way you do that is you buffer your line out on both sides, left and right. Right click, modify selected features, make sure that the line is selected, which it is. It's purple or magenta. Modify selected features, buffer. I'm going to do a linear buffer, 5 feet on each side, left and right. There's my 2 lines. I'm going to join those 2 lines next. Control J while they're selected. That's a quick stroke key for, let me just undo that for a second, just show you how to do that with the menu. Right click, modify selected features, join. You'll quickly realize that Control J is the quick stroke key. I'm going to close the other end. Right click, modify selected features, close. Delete this line. I don't need this line anymore. So now I've got the bottom of my excavation. Next step is to actually do my full excavation grading to the top of the ground. Press the grading button. I'm going to grade on the left side, which is the outside of my bottom feature. Browse, what am I going to grade towards? I'm going to grade to Miller Creek terrain. And I'm going to have a 2-to-1 cut. I really don't care about the fill, but anyway, I'll just put it 2-to-1. I'm going to do 1.5-to-1. I'm going to interpolate cross sections or section lines all the way around the around my grading. Set daylight to tin boundary. Calculate tin. Calculate volumes. Turn all of those 3 on and this one up here. There, it's done. So basically it's graded up to the surface of Miller Creek terrain. Generate my contours for just this new surface. There they are. See them a little better once you unlock your zoom. Okay, let me just give you a little recap of what I've done so far. I've imported some total station data. It could be any data. It could be LiDAR data. It could be GPS data. It could be compass and clino and chain data. Where you get the data from is not important, but it could be any data. I tinned and contoured that data, created a bottom feature for my excavation, did my excavation. Now I'm going to merge my excavation into my original topo ground data, Miller Creek. First of all, let's save this file as excavation. Open up my Miller Creek terrain. Merge it in. Merge the excavation in. So press the merge button, which is up here. Let me just do that again just so you can see it. This button right up here. Press the merge button. Turn off a couple of these options. Browse for excavation. Press OK and OK to continue. So what I've basically done is it was similar to what a cookie cutter does with dough. It cut out this area discarded all the data in this area, all of the points and all of the line work. Next step is to generate my tin contours. There you go. Let's just take a look at a quick 3D view of this. Window, new window, graphics, 3D. Looks quite cool, if I do say so myself. So now let me show you how to design a pipe arch. Okay, just before I start to design my pipe arch, I'm going to give you a little recap of what I've done since my last recap. I have I've excavated this terrain and merged into my existing topo. Next step, like I said, is to calculate or to create a actual pipe arch. Let's save this file, save as. Miller Creek with excavation. Insert a top of pipe. It could be a circular pipe if you want to, but I'm just going to do a pipe arch. It's going to be one line. It's going to be called top terrain. It's all the way over here off the screen once you zoom out. Control M to move this feature all the way back to close by the topo, which is all the way down in the left bottom corner. Zoom extents, and I'm getting closer, but not there yet. I'm just going to move it a little bit closer. Zoom extents. So like I said, it's just a line. It's a pipe arch. I'll show you what it looks like when we get into when we put it by itself inside its own terrain. First of all, let me just move it close to the edge here. And move the center, which is as close as possible to the center of my bottom of my excavation. And then start to, a new feature in our software is you can actually rotate. If you hover over close to one of the ends, you can actually rotate features in the plan, and you can also rotate and profile. Let me just rotate it in the plan. I can get a little bit closer. Let's rotate it a little bit more. It looks like it's a little bit off. I'll rotate it a little bit back. There. Shorten it up a bit. I'm going to move it a little bit away from the edge, as I want it to have a little bit of an overhang. Select one of the ends of my culvert. Move right to the end. Change its elevation. Right now the elevation is some ridiculous number. I'm going to change the bottom elevation to somewhere close to the ground. Just if you want to see how close you are to the ground, just hover over the ground, and you'll see what elevation will appear. Let me just go down to around 470 feet. Right-click, modify selected features, shift to around 470 feet. And I'm going to buffer it out all the way to the left so that I create a similar feature all the way to the other side. Right-click, modify selected features, buffer. It's going to be quite a long culvert, so I'm going to go about 70 feet out to the left. So basically I created a duplicate feature which is all the way out here. There it is. I'm going to move it a little bit further out. Control M. And then change its elevation. I'm going to move it out a little bit more. Change its elevation, because there's going to be a different elevation on this end. I'm going to go down to around 477. Select the end of my culvert. Right-click, modify selected features, shift to 477 feet. You can see that the elevation changes over here. Select both of those features. And then copy and paste them into hold the shift key down to select two or more features. Control C again to copy. I'm going to delete them. Don't need them in there anymore. I'm going to recalculate my tin and contours one last time so that I can make sure that I have no other features here that are going to affect my terrain. Save this again. File, new. Control V for paste. Zoom extents. Those are the two features I just pasted them in. Join them up. So I'm joining the two bottoms of these two pipe arches. Close them on the other end. Right-click, modify select features, close. Now to create a top, I'm going to create three top features so that when I hit and contour the pipe arch, it will have a nice curve in it over the top. Edit, new feature, call it top. And all of these 5 should be selected: displayed, connected elevations, modeled, break line. Left click once, it will snap to the top of the arch. Left click again over here at the other end, snap to the other side of the arch. Do this 2 more times, edit, new feature, call it top again, mouse. 1 more over here. Left click once, snap it to that part of the arch. Left click again over here. 1 more time. New feature, mouse. Left click once to get that snap to cursor. Snap to that point. Left click once over here with the pencil, and then get the snap to cursor. Left click to snap to that point. All right, let's tin and contour this. See how it's nice, the contours actually create a nice arch in plan. Let's just take a look at this in 3D, just so you can see it in 3D. It's a nice pipe arch. You can look at it from the bottom, look at it from the sides, top. There is a question, can you just draw a rectangle instead? Yes, you can. if you want to do a pipe arch, this is a nice way of doing it. All right, let me save this file. File, save as, pipe arch. Merge it into my existing terrain with excavation, or Miller Creek with excavation. Open up my Miller Creek with excavation file. Merge in my pipe arch. Press the merge button. There, it's in there. Now let's just recalculate our tin and contours. Take a look at the 3D view of the pipe arch in there. It's pretty nice. All right, last step, just a recap of what I've just done. I've actually created a pipe arch for you. Again, it could be a rectangular box. It could be a circular pipe. Any one of these will do. But I like to do a pipe arch for major culvert replacement projects. And what I did was, once I created the pipe, I merged it, tinned it, contoured it, merged it into the existing excavation. Last step I'm going to do is requires the location design module. I'm going to design a road over top to fill up this hole again. Select the point on this pipe that I want, on this road that I want to start. First of all, save this file as something different than the name that I have. It's going to be called file Miller Creek West Excavation and Pipe. Go to the location design module. File, new. Miller Creek with excavation and pipe. Start at that current point that I selected on the road as my starting point for my design. Get a screen layout that starts with horizontal alignment. Get a set of templates. I want to use a low volume road template. Go into my template editor. Open up a table. Culvert replacement low volume. So this is basically what it looks like. It looks just a simple road with a ditch and a cut fill component. Start designing my, I'm going to just do one curve and then attach back to the road here. Right click, added IP tool, present it with a pencil. Left click once. Left click and tie it down. Left click once. Left click and tie it down. Pull back a bit more. Put in a circular curve of about 75-foot radius. There. Now I got to do some vertical design, because right now basically my center line is sitting on top of the ground, and I don't want that. I want to have a nice, probably a nice vertical curve in there. Retrieve a screen layout for profile design. Left click once. It's a short segment of road. As you can see, there's that culvert in there, that arch. I'm going to put another IP in the middle. Left click once. Left click again. We got an 8.6% grade coming down, a 5.3% grade coming back up. Put in a vertical curve of a 10K. What that means, it's going to be 138 almost 139 foot length curve. Apply. Pull down that a little bit more so I can create as little cut as possible, or as little fill as possible. You can see that I have a little bit of borrow here, but I can change that quickly by changing these numbers here for my free haul distance and my overhaul distance, because we are in feet. Change that to something larger. Pull that design a little bit more down so that I can balance this out. There, it's getting balanced out a little bit more. Change my vertical curve to something a little bit less. There. I'm still above the culvert with my road, but I'm getting rid of some of that volume that I've created. Last and final step before I finish this demo, I'm going to merge this existing file to my existing terrain that I have created for you, that pipe arch with excavation. File, save as. First of all, I'm going to save the design, and then I'm going to save as a terrain file. Choose terrain file down here. Miller Creek with excavation and pipe design done. Yes. And then select a whole bunch of features that I want to add. Template codes. Add the center line. Add ditches. Road edges. Slope stake left, slope stake right. Make sure that these are all break lines. Done. Okay, I'm going to merge this in. Press the browse button when I merge. Choose this file, the terrain file. There, it's merged in. Last step is to generate 10 contours. Let's take a look at this in 3D. Well, thank you very much, folks. Thank you for joining us to our bi-weekly webinars. I'd like to see, I hope to see you in the next webinar, which is in a couple of weeks. If you have any questions, any further questions about this webinar or any other webinar that we've done, or any specific problems that you have with your designs, please contact us at Softtree, or you can email us, support@softtree.com. Thank you very much, and see you again in the next couple of weeks. Thanks. Bye-bye.